Now I play the waiting game. You know. Now I was already broken. I'm eating like the pink lemonade candy, I'll say. But it's go time. Episode 56. Don't mind me as I'm sitting here munching. Waiting for you guys to show up. You know. I gotta have the day of the day with me. There you go. All right, get the live chat going. There we go. You said that high quality H2O. And then we'll get into it. All right. I'm liking the show a lot. First season was solid. Second season starting off really solidly. I know things are about to ramp up a little bit because having new characters getting introduced. I mean, they've really only shown off Tenka, the blader with the, samurai saber, a little bit. But I think she's gonna show up in this episode, and I'm hyped. I'm sitting here freaking stuff in my face. You know. We got 4 people in here. Yo, Kimbo 301. What's up, my dude? How you be? How you be? Don't mind me, I'm just trying to crack my back. Nope. A little bit. You've been grinding? Hey, putting in that work, man. I feel you. I've been on the grind big time. Especially with how this year's been, and I'm going to have big news, important news, honestly, regarding the future of my channel, the future going forward. Except I won't make it till, it'll be next month. But I will say there's a lot of changes coming, but I'll just leave it at that. Not a bad thing. I'm just, and you guys know, preparing you. But I've been pretty caught up with stuff, honestly. Well, anime battle-wise. I still got non-anime battles to do, which is not too many. I figure just getting caught up after, I scheduled videos for days. Today's the last day that I had, all videos scheduled. And I've been putting out a lot. There's a shit ton to go back and look at. But the anime battle's being caught up. I'm gonna do. I'll leave it for the end. The plan of things. You guys are here for the episode reaction. I'll talk about things at the end, obviously after discussion and such. So yeah, but I'll just leave it with that. There's gonna be some big time changes coming, but nervous but excited. But yeah. So getting into it. Episode 56, and like I said, I'll talk about things regarding that. It'll probably be, truth be told, it'll be before the end of the year. This is how big it is and how important it is, being just fully real, transparent with you guys. Yeah, before the end of the year, gonna make a video about something really, really special, and you'll see that content will slow down a bit for the rest of the year, because honestly, TT putting back stuff, I'll get into that more. Like I said at the end, jeez, I'm contradicting myself. I can't. We're gonna get into the episode, because otherwise I'll be a motor mouth, sit and talk about stuff before. I'll talk about it at the end if you want to know. But I'm sure you guys want to see my reaction on the episode. Let's get into it. Episode number 56. I think we're finally going to see Tenka make her actual debut in the show. I think. All right, let's see here. Let's get into it. Reaching top speeds, Beyblade is breaking through to another level. Will those hands reach out to the light or the darkness? Will those hands grasp victory or despair? X, racing closer and closer. The Shiraboshi Palace. Those who follow the path of the school shall accept that the one who wins is strong. Oh, except that the one who wins is strong. It's Tenka. He who shall discard all desire and fame and achieve victory. He who abandons desires and fame always wins. Matches are non-existent. Whoa. He who shall remember it all for the course to victory. Matches are non-existent. Remember, it's all for the course to victory. This is the only path to invincibility. That is all. Bow. Tenka. It's an underground school, dude. Look in the darkness. The theme. Ooh, her theme is dope. The Shiraboshi school never loses. Already won me over, bro. That's a solid introduction. That's a dope introduction. Like, we've had cool introductions like Pain, like we've seen with characters like Lou, a bunch of characters coming in. That's how you introduce things. Shiraboshi Palace. So that's probably the name of the school. The Shiraboshi School. I'm guessing it's like an underground themed school. Are we gonna get some like Kurt's Barretier type thing where it's like underworld, underground type thing? Well, not literally. Maybe it is underground. Who knows? It'll be dope if they had like some Tears of the Kingdom type stuff where like, you know, there's an X tower on the surface. There's the one tower, but then there's the other. Imagine they make it in the future where there's one in the sky or one that goes underground. And the further down you get, the stronger opponents are even underground. That'd be dope. But I see them being like an underground school because a lot of the bladers like Quinn and you know who was it? Carlo Maruko lost too. Being like, yo, the blades of this generation. I wonder if Quinn and Karua actually have a connection. Seemed like that one episode they were talking. I can't remember if it was the last episode or not, but yeah. It's about to get real, man. They're already starting this off on a good note. Having a lot of characters return with it while introducing new characters to add some fresh air, but then even other characters getting new bays like King, Burn, love it. White Conspiracy. What the I did not do this on purpose. I didn't even know. All right. Bird, you're slacking off again. That's because there aren't any customers as usual. Even Master Bird has started saying that often. That's not what I meant. By the way, where's X? He wasn't here when I got up. Next up is the cream, or so he said as he left this morning. First he shaped the rice, then boiled the paste, as I thought. The next step is the cream. Man, he's really trying to master making red bean and cream sushi. It has been a while since his decisive battle against Chrome Ryugu. It seems he is not yet in the mood. Chrome coming back might be the only way he'll return. Then I'll get him in the mood. Who are you? A customer. Me? I am the assistant instructor of the Shiraboshi style school. Tenka Shiraboshi. Shiraboshi school? What's that? You really react like this every time, huh? I've heard about that school, though. Hundreds of years ago, the Shiraboshi style school was a school that had honed its own Bei techniques. Going back hundreds of years. So Beis have been around that long? Hell yeah, dude. Beis, as we know them, came to be only decades ago. But the prototype is said to have existed since ancient times. The Bei Goma they're referencing to. Oh, my heart. Dude, what? The Shiraboshi School is a prestigious dojo that produces strong bladers through strict training and discipline. It was the Tigers' den of Beyblading, so to speak. But according to rumors, there was an internal dispute, and most of its students have gone. Explain that to me. Like when a group of friends start fighting and break up. So what does the Shiraboshi school want with us? You sure know a lot, Gramps. You're calling me Gramps? I'll have you know that I'm still up and ready to go. Wait a minute. I'm pausing. Okay, so it's a style school that's strict as hell and been around for hundreds of years. I like that build. I love that they're putting that backstory in. An ancient school of Beyblade that's been around for hundreds of years. But I'm just thinking about it. The way they built out the first season, the rare Bay happened to be Cobalt Drake, right? Who had it? Chrome. Then you obviously got Cobalt Dragoon after that. You know the history. But with this season, don't spoil it for me. I don't want to know. I honestly don't want to know if you've seen anything with like anything's come out with the manga, because I know the manga's ahead of even the show and stuff. I don't want to know. I'm just guessing. So if you see this, just bite your tongue. If you know, you know. You figure with that though, that logic, Cobalt Drake, and then you had Cobalt Dragoon, but it was Chrome, right? So whoever has Heaven Pegasus, not Heaven Pegasus, whoever has Arrow Pegasus, because you know they're gonna show it off in the show. I imagine that person's a part of the Shiraboshi style school. I think, because he said there was a dispute. There was a dispute within the school. So maybe like Tenka and some higher ups had a dispute. And that being like whoever the owner of Arrow Pegasus maybe is the true top person to the school. Because she's going and showing up to them like this is some anti-hero behavior. It's not going in like being a menace type thing. You know what I mean? Like there's not that aura of like, oh hey, well, even though she's talking shit and being like, oh hey, you're weak. I remember her saying that, like they're both trash. So she's got the anti-hero in her. It's not like she's not fully evil, but she's just confident. What if there's somebody that's even higher than Tenka? Like Tenka being high up in that regard. It's like the Rex to Chrome, if you will. Rex being on the 88th floor, or like Quinn being like a legend, but then you got Chrome who beat Quinn. Maybe the person who has Arrow Pegasus beat Tenka in a battle, and they're the top. Like how Chrome is with the X Tower, maybe the owner of Arrow Pegasus is the top of the Shiraboshi school. It would make sense with that. And then Tenka, maybe there is some evil with it, and it's within the school, like this underground dark school, because they had differing ideals. Maybe Tenka's side has like the good ideals, but then whoever has Arrow Pegasus, ironically, it'll be ironic because Pegasus, like, you know how they've done that, is the one that has like maybe worse ideals. And that would be so ironic because Pegasus being like an evil Vey in this gen, that would be a huge flip on things, and that would be sick. I think that would be really dope. Because like how Chrome went to the dark side, or the owner Arrow Pegasus went to the dark side. Like I said, if you know, don't spoil me. Please don't. I'm just literally just throwing this out here because I love speculating, doing stuff like this. You all know how I go about it. It gets my brain working. But yeah, that'd be pretty dope. And then there's another Pegasus after Arrow Pegasus for a while, because like how they had Cobalt Dragoon after Cobalt Drake. Arrow Pegasus, she does away with it, or whoever it is. Maybe it's a she, I don't know. It would be cool if it was a female Blader that had Arrow Pegasus, because it would be cool to have like a female evil antagonist. We've never seen that. Yeah, we've literally never seen that. With Beyblade, a female antagonist. We've seen kind of female protagonist with Quadra or Pre. But even then, her not being involved at the end. But it makes sense because how they ended Burst. But I still consider her a protagonist for sure. They showed her more than anybody else with Quad Strike. It just happened to be the thing of like how Vault lost and it didn't win. You know what I mean? Like that type of thing. Another protagonist winning it. But still seeing Quadra or Pre as a protagonist. Definitely want to see a full-fledged female protagonist in the future. That'll be dope. But we've never seen a female antagonist. It would be dope if there was a female antagonist. She's Dawn or a Pegasus, and we see Pegasus become an evil bait. You talk about a flip on things for sure. And what we're used to, like Metal Flight fans would be like, "Yo, what? They made Pegasus evil this season? What the hell's going on?" That would be dope. But yeah, you know. Regardless, I'm hype. I'm hype with how this is building, and they're already bringing in like Tenka, whoever the owner of Aero Pegasus. We're probably not gonna see them until like some of the later episodes, I'm guessing. Chrome's coming back because you know we got Impact Drake, so that's for sure. It's only a matter of time because him coming back is what's gonna fire X back up. Actually, I think it might be Tenka battling because she's strong enough to. She beat Quinn, which only X has done in this generation besides Chrome. Chrome and X. She's the third one. So she's up there. She's up there power-wise. Definitely already established herself in top 5. I'm not even going to lie. Because Quinn would have probably been ranked 3. Nobody beat Quinn except for literally Chrome and X. So I'd say she's number 3. Well, now number 4. Because Tenka won. So I'd say Tenka's 3. Yeah. This thing is startup, dude. I'm just sitting here like, holy hell. If there's anybody that can get Chrome's, or not Chrome, like X's spirit started up again, it could be her, you know. I don't think she'll win against X, but I think she'll like put up a good fight to where he'll be like, I want to battle again. Unless he does lose, which if so, that'll be the first time he loses, and that'll establish her big time. All right, come on. All right, I gotta get into this. I've been talking a lot. There's an internal dispute. Yeah. No, stop it. Okay. Come on. Come on. I had it ready and then I pushed the back button on accident. All right. Basically known them came to only be only decades ago. But the prototype is said to have existed. The Shiraboshi School is a prestigious dojo that produces strong bladers through strict training and discipline. Decades ago, though, I remember that. It was a tiger's den of Beyblading, so to speak. But according to rumors, there was an internal dispute, and most of its students have gone. Revamped under evil, maybe. Explain that to me. Like when a group of friends start fighting and break up. So what does the Shiraboshi School want with us? You sure know a lot, Gramps. You're calling me Gramps? I'll have you know that I'm still up and ready to go. Yeah, who cares about that? How may we help you today? I'm here to battle Common X. Well, a battle? He's out right now, though. I can wait. Hey, can you pour me some tea? Hey, who do you think you are? No can do. I can't even get something to drink? Or do I gotta order some sushi for it? Duh, of course. Who even asked for just tea without ordering anything? Not the point. Common X is a pro blader, and you, Tenka, are just an amateur. So what if I am? No means no. I can't have an amateur just battle a pro like that. Man, so uptight. I'm gonna buy some sushi after all. You can't refuse. Yep. Coming up. Oh, come on. Well then. You'll let me battle him after I beat these two? What? It won't be so simple. They're pros too. Even if you bought some of our sushi, shall I, not a pro, be your opponent then? But Maiden? Oh, she's gonna face Whale Wave? It seems like you would not leave otherwise if I had not offered. Would you be dissatisfied with that? You're that former pro, Mako Maiden, are you? You would be correct. All right. The stronger, the better. Oh, she's winning. Even Whale Wave, dude. She's good. She beat Quinn. And now we'll be starting the exhibition match. Miss Maiden will be using the whale wave you made, right? Probably. Whale wave's attack will work against many bays. It should be difficult for her to deal with right away. If there's a next battle, it's up to us. For now, we should observe carefully. Also, no, forget I said anything. Will the bay I developed work against the Shiraboshi style? This is a good chance to confirm it. Well, shall we get started then? Go ahead. I shall be lenient. Come forth, Shark Edge. Miss Maiden, what about what? That's the bay you've been using since you were active, right? It's a nice one. Miss Maiden's trying to learn as much as possible about Tenka Shiraboshi. That ain't the bay I want to go against, though. Bring out Whale Wave. You saw it during the stream, didn't you? And you didn't just drop by on a whim. Who knows? Now, what will you do? I do not mind. I shall do as you wish. Whale Wave. Yo, the aura. Nice. I can actually feel that power now that I see it in person. I'll tell you this, though. The Shiraboshi style is undefeatable. We never lose. Never lose. Oh, she going in with confidence. Now, come forth. Samurai Saber. I felt like I was being sliced up by just looking at it. Multi? I said this before, you know. We don't know how bays perform until they are launched. Not only that. What's that launcher? That's not all. That posture. It's like a sword fighting stance. Yo, the power! Oh, nah. She ain't playing. 3, 2, this is gonna be good. 1, go, shoot! The sword launcher. That was sharp. Like a quick draw of a sword. What? She's the Xander shock. There, this gen. Get the hell out of here, bro. Is it an attack type? This will be over soon. The one who moves first has an advantage. You'll have to excuse me. Samurai Saber's tilting. The huge blade shaped like a wave crushes opponents. Now this is what I am made of. The animation's going off with this season, bruh. The disc on the bit is making it float. Raise the tides. Extreme dash. Get on to breaching. She did it. Not just yet. Ooh, oh! If she does a diving attack, I'm done, bro. Ain't no damn way. But it should have taken some damage. Miss Maiden, this is your chance. I wouldn't be too sure. It's still so level. Now it's going to a higher level of attack. Close in, Samurai Saber. Shiraboshi style. First star sword. Sparkling star. This is the first level of attack with it. The close range. This cannot... Yo. She put it away. Yo. That was nuts. Samurai Saber with an over finish. Tenka is the winner. I have underestimated you. Hey, good match though. I already knew about it. But you're something else. What was that just now? Just how many attacks did she land with that technique? It, it's those 4 blades. Using the knife-like edges, it lands a multi-stage attack and lands a deciding blow once balance is lost. Is she really an amateur? The Shirabochi style is terrifying. So, who will fight me next? I'll be your next opponent. It's so on! Bird Kazami. You're that boy known for reaching the top with 0 wins. The rare small fry blader. Yeah, so what? Actually, this is an honor. I get to see your skills for myself. If I gotta cut you down for Common X to come out, so be it. Shall we then? Let's go, my partner! You chose Hell's Hammer, huh? Let's begin. Ready and set. 3, 2, 1. Go shoot! Not a chance. Get him! Hell's Hammer! Hammer smash. Nah. She sped up. What? How is it moving like that? It's outspeeding it, using the different levels. This is it. Slam it. Hammer smasher. Too bad, so sad. Gonna miss again, huh? Sped up again. Switched up the movements. I don't even need my technique. Damn, Samurai Saber with a spin finish. Tenka is the winner. It's that bit, huh? While in the center of the stadium, it runs smoothly on a flat axis. But on the outer edge, the jagged axis runs wild. Would it make more sense if I put it as a gear change? Samurai Saber. Tenka Shiraboshi. There are depths to this I cannot see. Well, you're surprisingly stronger than I thought. That Bay has attack power. If I can't tell what your opponent's going to do, it's better to make the first move. There's nothing wrong with using Hell's Scythe or Hell's Chain, but that was a good strategy. Oh, thanks. She's done her homework big time. Not surprised. Wait, you know about Hell's Scythe and Hell's Chain too? Well, Mr. Taisho would be a fine opponent, but... Hey, I would like to battle you next, Moti Nanairo. Answer me this before we battle. What are you after? Do I really gotta spill? I don't feel like I gotta anyway. Why? I have my sights on Common X. No one else. I'll just say this. I'm not trying to defeat him. So you can rest easy now. I'm not your enemy. You're enough of one. Don't look down on us. You haven't battled me yet. So you get it out even if you won't battle. You're a top-level pro, aren't you? I'm not in costume. Hey now, hold on there. You change your personality with your costumes to get yourself fired up, right? Otherwise, you can't show your true abilities. That is, unless a pro's scared of an amateur. No way. Why would Multi be scared like me? All right, then. I'll do it. Actually, nah. Psych, fool. That taunt was weak. Try harder next time. No matter how often I say it, you're not in the mood, huh? Seems like Common X ain't coming back. So I'll come here again. But sooner or later, I won't be able to leave it be. So remember this. The school of Shiraboshi style never loses. Oh, and I'm taking the sushi upstairs with me. Come again. So those kind of people just exist, huh? Just as when we finally got in touch. Where even are you? Look at this beauty, the ultimate cream. He's at a farm. You can really see it through the screen. It has the best luster. I know, right? Well, just who was Tenka Shiraboshi anyway? We called her an amateur blader for convenience, but I could not confirm her participation in any amateur tournaments. But you must have sensed it too, Master Bird. The school of Shiraboshi style isn't ordinary. No use worrying about it now. Anyway, I'm going to bed. Good night. Damn. Looks like she got quite the shock. A shock. But Multi didn't battle. Is it because of how her bay is? If you become a blader like Lady Multi, you can gauge how well you will do just by watching. This is my opinion. She couldn't. Lady Multi did not think she would win against Tenka Shiraboshi. She had doubts. Multi's abilities are ranked quite high, even in the X Tower. Which means Tenka Shiraboshi has the ability to surpass that. Not to mention that bay called Samurai Saber. That was even more of a surprise. A call? Hello? How may I help you? Yes. Okay, got it. Miss Maiden, can you hook this up to the monitor? It's Quinn. Sorry to disturb. This won't take long. Whoa, it's Quinn! Oh shit, she's gonna spill the beans. Is there something wrong? You know about the Shiraboshi school? Actually, the assistant instructor came here earlier. Assistant instructor, so I knew. Do you know her? To think she'd make a move this quickly. She didn't make contact with the masked boy? He wasn't there. He wasn't here. I see. Is something happening? Right now, I can't say if it's a problem. In any case, just be careful. Many things are taking place. No one knew of such a talented person, nor her bay. Don't you find it unusual? From what you are saying, Lady Quinn, you've met Tenka Shiraboshi. Maiden said that. Ever since Kamen X and Chrome Ryuku's battle, one era has ended. However, as long as the world doesn't end, this won't be the last. A new era is coming, one even I haven't experienced before. A new era. Whale Wave wasn't effective at all. She's doubting herself as a bay crafter. This is what's going to lead to her making night mail. I've never seen a bay like Samurai Saber before. I'm such an idiot. I intended to become a full-fledged bay crafter. I have to improve. But I can't think of anything. Can I even surpass that? What's even happening to Beyblade? Quinn's gaming. Who's going to show up? Quinn. Only someone like you can call the B4. If I can think of an affiliate from here, it's you, Bantaro. So you say many times, haha, you gotta call me Cadavar. I'm not feeling it today. I have a favor to ask, as long as it isn't anything reckless. Just the usual. And then, naturally, the biggest change will occur. Or rather, it's already happening. Something no one has ever experienced will happen to Beyblade. And what about you? I'm not fighting it. I, too, am part of that great course of events. Go do this. Understood. I'll negotiate with B4. If it's a proposal from you, they won't refuse. But why though? It's fine if you say it's someone else's suggestion. Tenka's got set up. What even is this? The sushi's strange. Disregarding whether this can be called sushi anyway. Multina Nairo seems pretty good, but I'm more looking forward to the masked one. If Quinn Manju proceeds as I planned, things will soon start happening. Moving the X Tower will be a breeze. Moving the X Tower? Does she mean physically? Does she mean taking control from those that have control already, like B4? Does that mean going after every single team that's in the one side of the X Tower? Like Pendragon, like Persona, like Yggdrasil, every single one of them? Is it going to be like the original X Tower Bladers that we saw from even the first season with a few added, possibly, going against the Shiraboshi school? I think that Tenka is literally will take the X Tower and push it somewhere else. For real. But is this going to be like Tenka? Okay. I'll talk about this in a sec. And she said assistant. She said assistant director. Keep that in mind. She said assistant. Or Bird said assistant. How do they know that she's assistant? I feel like the assistant, she's the assistant to the main person. I feel like the main person has Zero Pegasus, but we just haven't seen her yet. We got to see the build up with Tenka. I think we got to see Tenka lose first. Quinn keeps calling me Bentor like in the old days. She's a riot. Well, not like anyone could occur. Yo, it's 3 teams battling at once. All things considered, she's a legend. Would think of something outrageous. I'm going to be busy too. But before that, they're showing up the 3-player stadium. Next time on Beyblade X. 3-way battle. Yo, it's Toguro, Uni, and Bird. All for the world of Beyblade. Okay. Quinn senses it. She's a legend. It's something that she hasn't even seen before. She said, be careful. The Shiraboshi style school, as they explain with the backstory, I love this. Beyblade has gone back hundreds of years. Just so you know, I take the plot. I get inspired by the plot of different shows when it comes to even my skits. So, like how I paid attention to the details of Metal Fight Beyblade. My skits all happen in the same world, in the same timeline. I do what TT and Hasbro don't do, and that's connect different series together. The only thing is I haven't had Plastic Gen base, so naturally I haven't made Plastic Gen skits, but my Metal Fight skit series, the story's told. The story will soon be finished when I get the Giant Stadium battles, and I'll get into that after. It'll be a nice segue for after. Burst skits. My burst skits take place 100 plus years after the end of my Zero G skits. So like I have my Metal Fight Beyblade skits, the whole story for that, and go check it out. Made them years ago. Told the story for that. Ended that story off, but then did the sequel with Zero G. I had it take place 7 years after the Metal Fight Beyblade skits, because how it was 7 years after the Nemesis Crisis during the show. That's how I started it, paying homage to that. 7 years after all the events of the Zero G skits and everything building up. Then the true finale for Metal Fight Beyblade. Made the story with that, which obviously led to me doing like my homage series and stuff for the better part of the last few years after I finished the skits. I finished those in 2020. 2017 is when I finished the Metal Fight Beyblade skits. I finished the Zero G skits and the entire series in general, 2020. So it's about 3 years later, 2.5 years later. And then now you think that's going from 2020 until now, 2024. 4 years, and that's the story for like Burst that I've done so far. But next year I'm going to be jumping into a big time. Not much more. But I love this story with this because like I love using the backstory. So I'm going to be going through all Burst history and such, paying homage to a lot of different stuff with my skits that I'm doing. I obviously it's that thing of will there be Beyblade X skits in the future? The answer is yes, by the way. But I got to tell a lot of story before that. I got to get through Burst. I got to do my own story for Burst before getting into Beyblade X. I'm gonna go with the story of Beyblade X now, but just know it's that cycle. As things go with the show, I get inspired for even the skits I'm doing now and the ones I plan in the future. I plan years ahead when it comes to things. They get inspired by what happens with the show. You know. But like I said, next year will be a big time pivotal moment for the verse skits. That series is gonna come back. Same thing with the bakugan deck profiles and a few other things as well. I have a lot of plans for next year because I got a lot of stories to finish and wrap up with this year. You know. And then just moving forward, that's how the wheel goes. It's gonna be sad, but it's gonna be exciting at the same time. Um 200 years ago, well, like hundreds of years ago, they said the Shiraboshi style school was made, and then there was conflicts within to where it split. So, I have a feeling there's like a good branch and a bad branch. That's what I'm thinking with this. Good branch of it, bad branch of it. Um, if you will, kind of like how the Balin Temple was during Metal Fight Beyblade. Like how, the warring period of Balin. Uh, the Cheyenne told the whole story about this. He's like, 10,000 years ago, there was a period called the Warring Period of Balin, which, like, a school within the Balin Temple tried to challenge the main school, but they lost, and then went to the wood, like, went into the hills of China, not to be seen for a long ass time after that, until they reemerged through who? Aguma. Aguma and Bao, Scythe Kronos, their group, and they got the Star Fragment. They got the Star Fragment and such, which was wild, not instead of the main school, but playing off of that premise type of thing. I think we're going to get a similar thing with this. There's a feud. They split up. Just how she like described with this. Well, how they describe with this. There's going to be a good side and there's a bad side. Question is, who's on which? I can imagine X's master, Jinro, him being a part of this school, the Shiraboshi style, except it's going to be, he'll be on the good side because he trained X. But there's going to be people on the bad side. Like I said, it could be the owner of Aero Pegasus. That would be wild if that's the big time buildup, is the owner of Aero Pegasus being like the top of the Shiraboshi school. Because Tenka's the assistant. The owner of Aero Pegasus possibly being the main person. And Tenka's just her assistant. But Tenka's this damn strong to where she beat Quinn. Already establishing her as being that strong. That's like third ranked out of all the Bladers we've seen so far. But we still got Ginru to come in. We still got Chrome obviously returning when he has Impact. Drake, is gonna be up there with the blades and everything. It's gonna be nuts, man. Axe battling again. Yeah, they're building up for it. Yeah, it's gonna be freaking sick. And having the triple battle with this, I like that because they're showing off the 3-player stadium in the show with these triple battles. So they're doing the series with triple battles. I love it. I freaking love it, man. So it's gonna obviously inspire to do some triple battles in the 3-player stadium. Yeah. I'm excited. I'm really, really hyped, man. But I see it being that way. Where this school split. Now with this, I like I said, I tie all this series of stuff together. There will be Beyblade X skits, but I gotta tell the story of Burst before it happens. So I'm gonna be real with you. It'll be years before Beyblade X gets to be even a thing, because Beyblade X is going on right now. I gotta get through Burst, and it'll probably take me, with how big Burst is, years, but it'll be worth it, man. I gotta tell the story with it, my own story with it. It's like how I did Metal Fight Battles, then told my story, then Homage series. Same thing for Burst. Did the main battles with it, which I'm doing now, finishing the story, even adding my BU Plus series with it, and then Burst kits, and then maybe I'll do an Homage series in the Giant Stadium with Burst in the future, And then, of course, Beyblade X, but the story with it is starting up really, really well. They're implying darkness. They're implying some serious power. Look at Tenka's aura already. Like, the aura she had with that battle with Mako was sick, dude. That was awesome. Absolutely freaking dope. Um, yeah, I'm loving how this series is going, and it's gonna be that much more exciting with like Ghost Circle, Impact Drake, days like that. Coming into this into the wave of things, it's gonna be awesome. But yeah, this is gonna be wild. Let's see. I gotta see your guys' comments. Bird reminds me a lot like Vault. They look alike and are super friendly, except Vault is way more stronger, but that's just me. Yeah. One thing I like with that they've done with Bird, they've gone against the standard convention of a protagonist for Beyblade. This shows how they're really trying to expand and branch out with ideas with things like going forward. Because I always saw like Tyson, the big time build up for him becoming strong. I haven't seen much of Plastic Generation, but I know like strong but underdog, and then built up to be a legend for a lot of leaders. That's how it goes. Same thing for Vault. Vault being built up. Big. Well, I can't miss Jenga. Jenga coming in, being really strong, having his one rival that whooped his ass, and then still being strong after that, getting his confidence back, gaining power, winning, and then leading the world championships, and even season 3 and everything, building him up to a legend. Jenga always being established as strong from the jump. Vault being the Wonder Boy that's the underdog that grows to be the strongest. Takes them 2 seasons to do it, which that's where they switched it, adding in something new with Vault obviously becoming like the underdog. Well, underdog becoming strongest in Japan. Well, second strongest because he lost to Louis, but a protagonist losing in the final. That's where they broke a convention. Breaking a convention with like in the second season, Vault winning it big time. That being an awesome build up. Then breaking the convention, third season having a second protagonist, which they've only done twice. Like they only did that once before with Zero, obviously after Jingo. But yeah, having Iger come in and then having a protagonist battle because we didn't see Jenga and Zero technically face off. We saw like Kira with Pegasus Bahamut, but not the exact same. But that breaking a convention, 2 protagonists facing off, and then Drum coming in, and then all the protagonists facing off at the end. That breaking a convention, having a third protagonist, and then 2 protagonists at once, one with the right rotation and left rotation, but Hikaru and Hyuga being introduced. That breaking conventions, and then Bell coming in, making 6th season, even 5th season, 6th season, 7th season. Those breaking conventions themselves. They broke a lot even with Burst. Now with this gen, breaking conventions by having Bird, a protagonist, come in, be like the underdog, because Iger being a Bay genius, basically. Coming in, being an underdog, showing his power, becoming a world champion, and then like getting it back. Having his dark power. Drum being like built as an underdog and then growing to the same level type thing. Hikaru and Hyuga, same thing. Underdog, going to the top type build. And then Bell being strong, creating a system himself and kind of being strong from the jump, but then, continue to get that much stronger and become the strongest. And then even with season 7, Quadra Pre coming in, being established as like a new blader, coming in, getting stronger, underdog type thing with that. They're doing that with Bird as an underdog, except him having a slower build with his power. Maybe it'll be 2 seasons. Maybe at the end of the season, we'll see Bird's true potential. And we see it gradually throughout this season because he's gotten his first win and everything. So we'll see him starting to get more wins. But making it to the top, not having any big time official wins where he fully won the battle. He still technically hasn't fully won the battle. He's won battles within, but not fully won a battle still at this stage. Maybe that be the build. He gets that at the end of this season, which would be wild. But yeah, the way they're building him up is like the underdog that's getting stronger, but he's facing opponents that are stronger, and him being always a step behind, even still after a couple seasons. It's much slower of a build than we've seen with any protagonist before, and that's one thing I honestly like with it because they're showing the full development of Bird throughout this whole series. But it's a much slower build than say somebody like Common X who had the Jingle Roll where he was strong as hell and literally just won big time. But honestly, he never even lost at all. Like a full-fledged battle, X or Common X, Caruso X, whichever you want to call him, Blader X, Jackson Cross, hasn't lost a battle. So that being a big time build up. Like he's got the ultimate even above Jingo level of power with things at this stage. And then Bird having the slow build. I love that. That's the contrasting thing. X being all the way up at the top and such, but him just not battling right now because not having any incentive to. And then they're focusing on Bird. So it's taking X out of the picture because everybody knows he's strong. They've already established this. Him and Chrome. He's stronger than Chrome. Chrome's out there. So literally, X has no point of battling until Chrome. Tenka's going to try. And maybe it'll happen eventually. And then he wins. But they're going to wait a bit for that. That feels like a build-up, like how it was Red Eye versus Louis in the middle of the season, to where there's a huge turning point with that. That's what I feel like will happen with that battle, with Tenka and X, when that happens. Because you don't lose. So, if she goes against X, I think that's the first time she loses. But then she'll probably face a penalty for it, because it's like you're not supposed to lose. It feels like some Snake Pit kind of vibes with this, a little bit. Not as like crazy, well, we don't know yet. But yeah. Like, you don't lose, but it's definitely Snake Pit vibes. Like, you never lose. You don't lose. I was in the Snake Pit. You don't lose. And they said there's going to be darkness. Quinn's already implied it and said that, and that's Quinn saying that. So it's like, they're already setting the tone. They're already setting the tone. It's going to be wild, man. We're on a roller coaster. The first season was a roller coaster. Season 2 is going to be even more wild, and I'm excited to see it. But yeah. Yuga and Bird are both the lookalikes from Vault from Burst. You could tell how they have references to previous characters and everything. It's cool. There's definitely a scene where like Bird looks just like Jenga, the way that we stand and everything. But yeah, I hope we get a Pegasus Evo eventually. Definitely, I can imagine it. Much for just spoiling. I appreciate it, guys. Yeah. Once we find out things, we'll find out things. I don't look at the manga spoilers or anything. I just wait for the show to come out, and once I watch it and everything, I try to avoid the internet when it comes to the story and stuff. Obviously, knowing the day is coming out, but not looking at the story or anything, holding off on that. Yo, Hunter, what's up? You're good. At Walmart, you got the Bike Croc 2-pack? Nice. Watch your live streams back in 2021. I appreciate it. Yeah, during the COVID live streams. 2021 was like Dynamite Battle, I think. That was DB territory, right? Yeah, because then 2022 was BU. And then 2023, I just worked on BU Plus and stuff. So, fun fact, Railway was originally an attack type until late into development. So late that it's still attack in the manga. That makes sense. It's good that they made it balanced. It's well balanced. And I like that they balanced it the way that they did in real life. Nah. It killed me, dude. What you like? Nah. Imagine Vault and the other protagonists being an X. That would be crazy. They implied it that they are, because Quinn faced that, like 9,999 wins Quinn had and 9 losses. The 9 losses, they implied and literally showed silhouettes of all the protagonists. She's only lost the protagonist. Like, that's the thing with Quinn. Like, if you win, you win against Quinn, you're basically a certified protagonist. You know how there's multiple protagonists? That's what Burst showed. You can have multiple protagonists even in one series. Just, yeah. Question of who's strongest when, that could be a big time question, of course. Season 1 of Burst, it was Louis. Season 2 of Burst, at the end, it was Vault. Season 3 of Burst, at the end, it was Iger. Season 4 of Burst was Drum, but never faced Iger. Iger did go in. All right, so yeah, technically being Drum and victories. But then season 5, Iger being the world champion, confirmed, like him being at the level of world champion. Season 6, Vault being the world champion. Then season 7, Iger being the world champion again. Man, it was like a toss-up back and forth type thing. Yeah, or Iger could have been the world champion. They just didn't have him in season 6. Well, technically, it would have been Vault. Yeah, it was like a toss-up between the two. But you could tell different, like, protagonists being the strongest at different points. But at the end of season 5, it was like Hikaru and Hyuga getting the win against Shu and Lane. It's complicated. But 9 losses. They didn't include 0. Wish they would have. But I guess it makes sense. 9,999 wins, 9 losses. But that'll be Tyson, Jinga, Vault, Iga, Drum, Hikaru, Hyuga, Bell, and the 9th loss being Chrome. Those are the leaders that Quinn lost to. Except now, Common X, or Exo Caruso. He's number 10. But actually now, 11. So it established X as a full-blown protagonist when he got that win, Which I mean, Bird is a protagonist, just the way they're building him up, but they're doing so much slower. But 11, the 11th one is Tenka, because she got the win against Quinn. So she's technically, if you will, she is a she's the protagonist of the Shiraboshi school. Because they're obviously focusing big time on this school. They've had her come in with like some of the very first episodes, and they're focusing on her big time. So she's gonna have her own story building big time with things, and they're just establishing her as a strong blader right now. I think they're gonna give her the Jingo treatment, where she's gonna be winning a lot of battles and then she'll lose, but then like when she does, that type of thing. So it feels like it's equal focus on her because she's literally right by Persona in the outro. It's literally focused on X, Bird, Multi, and now Tenka. So yeah. We're gonna take the X Tower and push it somewhere else. For real. I feel like Common X is being sidelined this season. Not that I'm saying he's not being focused on like Bird and Multi are, but he hasn't battled yet. This season it makes sense because we're already on. Let's see. In this season, the X is taking a little bit of a backseat. Makes sense, and he's chilling and doing stuff and eating sushi and stuff. Yeah, it's like he's lost, not so much lost his will. He's at the stage where Lane literally, after Lane beat Shu, that point where he just sat there and he's like, Lane got mad because he's like, there's nobody else. And then he got frustrated. He's like, my flare is still not quenched. I still haven't had a full crazy battle showing off my power, like new power, because he had Lucifer at the end. Shu beat him before, but then he beat Shu, and then it was a given after he beat Shu. Nobody else could beat him in one-on-one at that stage. And he's like, what do I do now? Kind of that type of thing. But with X, it's like his purpose was Chrome. That was literally his goal from the jump. He said, getting back to the top of the X and facing Chrome, which he did, and he won. Even against Cobalt Dragoon, he won. Chrome put in some work, obviously, and damage two of his bays. And he won with Dran's sword, which makes sense. It's the one that he had from the jump. But, yeah, he hasn't had much of a purpose for battling. So it's like I said, it's either going to be Tenka or Chrome that'll make it where X will really battle and be like into it. You know what I mean? He might battle in like how they're having the 3-player battles now, and he might show up for it and battle, but he's not going to be like so much into it. They're going to push him, but like nobody's going to really beat him. Tenka or Chrome are two of the best contenders to actually face Common X and beat him at this stage. It's Tenka or Chrome. And that's why I think they're having like Impact Drake coming in. You know what I mean? They got to get X back in the story and have him like ramped up with things, but a little slow build. And I like that because it puts more focus on Bird and Multi and their stories. Multi's struggling because of these amazing bladers coming in and testing her skills as a Bay crafter. Samurai Saber with the blades. She literally saw Leon Crest that Manju King saw, like, made and got discouraged. But this is going to lead to her making Nightmail. And she promised to make the best bays ever for, like, Bird and X, which we'll see a new Dran sword in House Scythe, I'm sure. Probably she'll be the one that makes the CX system. I won't be surprised. It's either going to be her or the Shiraboshi school. One of the two. I can imagine it possibly being Multi. CX, Custom X. Once she creates it, we'll see a CX. If we get the bays all at once, it'll be in March. It'll make sense. One for Multi, one for Bird, one for X. That'll be CX, the start of it. Because we got BX, Beyblade X, the basic line. Then we got UX, which, metal distribution on the outside more, and the plastic prong points with the bays, and them not moving as much. And then we got CX, which maybe it's custom X. Maybe that's where we get part interchanging with it. Up and things, that'll be fresh, and everybody be like, holy hell. So, yeah, maybe she's the one that makes it. We'll have to wait and see. But she's having a stump right now, and they're focusing on that story with her, Multi getting over her stump, and Bird practicing his skills, getting stronger, seeing all these bladers and such, X doesn't need that much of a story until like other bladers going, like until the battle with Tenka happens, or the battle with Chrome, the inevitable rematch with Chrome happens, not much of like a purpose with the story for X because he's already established a strong. I like that they're doing that. They both are very. Let's see. Does Bird look like Vault? They both are nice, except Vault is a beast compared to him blading. That's just me. Oh yeah, you can tell how they have inspiration. I really want to see a Valkyrie evolution in this generation. That would be awesome. I mean, we're at least getting a remake of Victory Valkyrie, which is cool. I don't know if we'll see Valkyrie making the show. I mean, Pegasus reference to Metal Fight Beyblade. And you know they had Dragoon. So maybe with this generation, with this season, more Metal Fight references. Because it's the second series. So like season 1 of Beyblade X, they made references to Gen 1. You know, Dracio, Black Shell, Dragoon, Cobalt Dragoon, Vice Tiger. You know, not being with the BX line. And even though this season 2, like it's still a BX Bay, but Crimson Garuda, Dronzer. Which I like that they did that. So does that mean UX is gonna get Metal Fight references? Because season 2 or Arc 2, Aero Pegasus. I don't know if Leon Crest is of course pushing it, but like Leon, defense type Leon Crest. It's a defense type. UX. Leon Crest. Aero Pegasus. There's a couple already. We'll see what other references they have to like Metal Fight or such, you know? We gotta see. I see there being more references, like more Metal Fight Beyblade references with this, and then maybe with UX. Maybe we get burst references or something. I don't know. We'll see. But at least getting Victory Valkyrie, the remake, which I'm hyped for. It's gonna be in the set, but yeah. I really want to see, the Valkyrie evolution side. What up, Solo? How you doing? But yeah, if you guys got any questions, feel free to ask. I'll stay live for a little bit, and then I'll be on the way. I'll talk about some stuff after answering questions. I'll probably do so for like another 3 minutes, something like that. So, if you got any questions, feel free to ask. Big time plans with stuff. A lot just going on with life. A lot of big time life changes. Like I said, I will talk about them more next month. But now, for now, I can talk about like plans for the channel after I get through your guys' questions. Talk about them a bit because December, last month of the year, I figured as anybody who's sitting here in the live stream, give you guys a little teaser of things that I plan for the rest of the year. Because it's like the releases aren't until December. So, end December. So it's going to be a little bit. But I'll answer you guys' questions first, and then we'll get into that. If you guys have any. If not, it's all good. Let me know if you just want to know the scoop on what's planned. At least a little bit of stuff. I will say this going forward. I would appreciate big time and honestly need you guys' love and support for sure. I'll talk about it more in December, but yeah. If it's about December, those are the other questions I won't answer. But yeah. When time's ready, I'll talk about that. And I got some big time plans. Why the hell not? I'll answer guys' questions and just talk about stuff. So basically I'm caught up with all the anime battles. In December, the next releases, of course, Impact Drake and Ghost Circle, that random booster, they don't drop until December 28th in Japan. In other words, not till the very end of the year, and that's in Japan. And nobody over here is going to get it before 2025 unless they get insane fast shipping or something to where they can get it the same day as release or some shit like that. Which I'm not paying that much, that's for sure. I'll just be patient and wait for stuff for beginning 2025. But that basically frees up all of next month. Not having to do another wave of like the battles and such, because Impact Drake and Ghost Circle not being out. That'll be obviously 2025 beginning plans. One thing, this last month of wearing these gloves, the black gloves, there have been a few videos and battles and such where I've just forgotten them and haven't had them on. I'm going to be wearing them a lot for the rest of the year, which I mean, I already have. And you could tell with how tired and beat up they are. That's how you know how much work has gone in, because they're all tired and beat up. These ones, actually, there have been gloves that have been in worse shape, but you could see like the rips on them, the holes. Like, yeah, they've been through a lot, man. It's a whole year of blood, sweat, tears, and hard work. I'll be getting my other gloves from Studio A. I'm bringing them here. Studio A, I'm tearing apart, and gonna build here, of course. Um, yeah, got big time plans. I still got stuff to move over from there, believe it or not, at this stage. But still same vibes and everything. Just got a bit more stuff to obviously get. But like, you talk about all the same vibes and stuff in here. It's here. So you can guess what the color will be for the gloves next year. I'll give you one hint. It's gonna be a color that I have not done yet. So I started this tradition. I started this tradition back in 2017. I'd switch up the color of my gloves. The channel logo I didn't start till 2018, but like I switched the gloves like 2017. I had yellow, so that might be one I might go back to in the future. But that's not it. It's what I've done. Once I circle through all the other colors that I've done, yellow might be the one that I go back, because, like I said, I didn't have a. I don't know. I'll think about it. Didn't have a profile that looks like that. I don't know. I'll think about it. But 2017 was yellow. 2018 was red. 2019 was purple. 2020 was green. 2021 was blue. 2022 was orange. 2023 was pink. Yeah, last year was pink. This year, black. So 2025, what will the color be? And like I said, it'll be one that I have not done. So if it's any of those colors, it's not gonna be that. You can guess. I like making a guessing game out of it, and you'll find out on January 1st. Literally on January 1st, I switched the color of the logo and the gloves and everything, and that's when you'll see it. But I got it planned out, and I know what color I'm gonna be doing. So you can guess it in the comments. But yeah. With that being said, I'm caught up with Beyblade X stuff. I'll be watching the shows, doing episode reactions. I'll stay up on those. Once it gets subbed, I'll watch the episodes. 57, I don't know if it's dropped yet, but at least it hasn't been subbed. So, yeah. With that, I'm aiming to finish, like I said, finish the Burst story, the main Burst story, and finish the Metal Fight Beyblade story both before the end of the year. That's still the big time goal and plan. With Metal Fight Beyblade, the Homage series, after I finish it, that's going to be it. It's going to be done. I'm in the epilogue point for it, so that being some select battles and ending it off, truth be told. And that's me just being real, because nothing left to prove with Metal Fight Beyblade. But with Burst, you'll see remnants of Metal Fight Beyblade's influence with it, because like how it is with Burst remakes and Plastic Jet and everything, there'll still be, you'll see a lot of homage to Metal Fight with it, of course. You've even seen it with the skit. If you've seen the skits, you already know there's like homage that I've already put into it. And these skits are about time. That's the theme, time. But especially, it's been so with the skits before, but especially with this, because how fast time has gone. And I know it's been a bit since I made the skits and stuff, but still going with the story, you'll see how it builds. And it's much more fragmented than the previous ones. The previous series were more linear, where you saw like the big time events as much as possible. There's going to be a lot of gaps with stuff. It's going to be implied with a lot of different things going forward. But yeah, the Burst is massive, and there's a lot of story to tell, and it's going to be awesome, and you'll see a lot of it next year. But my BU Plus series, I'm going to do battles for that, because I got battles with the Corrupted Zest Achilles, as well as the GT Gatling Dragon. Once I finish the battles with those two bays, that's going to be it. I'll do probably a battle with the whole series, my BU Plus series, because that'll be it. I'm not going to add any more bays to it, honestly. It's that point of like, okay, Burst is coming past, and 3D printing is expensive for like some other bays, like models that people have done. I know there's been like custom Diaboloses or other bays like Crazy Aries and other people have made, but they're so expensive, like just getting 3D printed and such, and the risk of breaking. I'll end it off after the two bays that I put in. Those are literally the last two that I've had planned. And once I get through the battles with them and such, that'll be the end of the main story for Burst for me. And that'll be full steam into the burst skits. That'll be the burst content that you see going forward is with the burst skits. Yeah. And then of course Beyblade X stuff and Metal Fight. Like I said, gonna finish that story before the end of the year. After that, I'll. It's crazy to say, but after 12 years, retiring from Metal Fight Beyblade. Because having no story left to tell with it, I know it'll be that thing of like, hey, what about your collection and stuff? We'll probably hold on to it. If not, it would have to be like, truth be told, I won't even lie. It would have to be a really good deal, and knowing that it would go to a safe place because like it's an expansive collection. But I'd have to know that it would be going to a safe place if I were to ever get rid of like the Metal Fight Beyblade collection. But yeah, just sticking with that. But we'll get to that when the Metal Fight Beyblade story ends. A lot with Burst, even still, in my court when it comes to like the story and stuff. And then of course Beyblade X being young, a lot with that, a shit ton with that. So those are the big time plans for the rest of the year. Any Bakugan fans, I will be returning to Bakugan content next year. I'll be making more deck profiles. I don't know if I'll get much more of the Gen 3 figures, I'm being real. I got a few that I have to review. I'll probably try to open and review them before the end of the year. I haven't been as much in the Gen 3, truth be told. It shows they kind of went with like the gimmick of Beyblade with Bakugan, but I do want to watch the show. Maybe if I get caught up with the show or stuff, or get really, really caught up with the things I have planned, I'll watch the show before the end of the year. If not, next year I'll watch Gen 3. Yeah, I got a lot of stuff planned, and it's like a constant wheel going with things until like the story's finished, to where there's literally like nothing left for me to make with it. No strings attached. Literally bow on the ribbon on the end of it, to where it's like the end of the story and doing everything that I possibly can with that story. That's why there's a little bit of Metal Fight left. So enjoy it, because like I said, Metal Fight will be done by the end of the year. Plan for it. Burst, same thing. At least for the main battles. Of course, I'll have the skits to do and maybe an homage series, but that'll be some time. I have to get through the skits before a possible homage series. With the homage series, I like going through and paying homage by having battles and stuff, anime battles and everything, different anime battles that go on. I don't do the 1v1s too much unless the bays are like crazy level strong, which I mean, Burst is fun, so maybe I might still do the 1v1s with that story when it comes time for it. I'm thinking literally things years ahead at this point, but yeah, you guys will see. You'll see. And with it getting colder, ice stadium battles. We got some ice stadium battles to do. But I don't know, like, I did a lot of them with Burst. I don't know if I'll do them with the newest bays I have coming in. Because the GT Gatling Dragon, that's ice. Like, the electronic driver is on ice. And I don't know. I don't want to risk it getting wet. So, I'm not sure with that one. But, yeah. There will be some ice stadium battles, though. You already know that one. When it gets cold, the ice stadium battles are returning for sure. But, yeah, I guess that's basically it. Big time plans. I'll do a December update with things as well. When it hits December, we still got a bit of time. It's crazy to think we're going to the Thanksgiving time. So, yeah, there won't be as many uploads and such from me, because being caught up with stuff at the current moment. Well, you'll see Burst battles, for probably the better part of the rest of this month. So you'll still see uploads. It'll just be Burst content. The last of Burst content I really have to do before getting into the skits next year, and a few X battles, because I've got some survival battles to do. One being with, I'm sure you guys, if you've seen the pattern, I'm sure it's like you haven't battled with the red Tyranno beat yet, and you're right, I haven't. I've been had this thing just sitting because I don't want to like chip the paint or anything before it's meant to happen with the battles. But the red Tyranno beat 160 RA. Gonna have a survival battle with it, So stay tuned for that. That's gonna be incoming Burst battles. And yeah, a few surprise battles. I'll leave it at that. Got a couple surprise battles planned as well. But let's see your guys' questions if you got any. If you have any questions, feel free. If you're gonna leave it at that, we can leave it at that. But yeah. Let me see. I'm just gonna update this. There we go. It just blacked out for a second. Sorry. I had to make sure that it updated. It wasn't updating the chat, so there we go. We haven't seen damn. Whoa, you guys put a bunch of comments. YouTube did not update me on this. What the fuck? Okay. Let's see. There we go. Been a while. Yeah, man, it has been a bit. Nice to see you popping in. I feel like every single protagonist in Beyblade history look like each other and have the face of Tyson. Not so much, but they have like similarities. You know, you can tell how they're similar but different. They especially showed that with Burst. It was cool. Gonna be a long while before Bird finally gets a win in X. It'll be a while for sure. I can't wait to see Bird become the top best player. Well, one of the best, maybe later on in the generation. Yeah, for sure. Vault or Common X, hard to say, man. They're both legends. They're taking Common X out of the picture this season because Bird is the main MC of the series. Well, actually, X and Bird are all MCs, but they're focused on Bird more. Yeah, because Bird needs it. At this stage, X is at the top. He literally beat Chrome. Chrome was seen as number one. He beat Chrome. Pendragon might have won, but he won against Chrome. That's the strongest blader that they had established at that time. So literally, it's implied. X is number one right now. Until Chrome comes back and gets the win against X, X is number one. But he's just sitting there and he's sitting at the top like bored. That's the thing. What if Bird wins against Common X? Then Bird will become number one. It'll be wild. We haven't seen a full protagonist knockout tournament for Beyblade Burst. I've thought about it. I don't know. Maybe I should. It is one of those things I have thought about doing so, but I'm like, I don't know. Just because there's so many different versions of like Achilles. I know there's Valkyrie and Achilles. Well, let's see. Valkyrie, yeah. Achilles. Yeah. Because they all have DBBU versions. I could do that. Like I said, I've thought about doing so, but I'm like, I don't know. Would anybody really be interested? I'm gonna start putting some stuff in the community tab. I'll be like, what burst battles? I'll probably do that. What burst battles should I do for the end series? But I'll put it like as like consideration or suggestions, but there aren't many left to really do. That being the one I was really thinking about, truth be told, besides the battles, that being a protagonist type of battle. But also just thinking of how many versions of Achilles and Valkyrie, and especially freaking Helios, Hyperion, Jesus Christ. Oh, the different versions. I mean, yeah. It's an idea. So, yeah, it's definitely an idea. I think you might have inspired me to do that idea. I think I might we'll have to see. We gotta see. We'll see how much I got left to do. How things are looking for December. Back last night I rewatched Deadpool and Wolverine. Nice. Technically, Vault and others did appear in X, the cameo. We just couldn't see their faces or anything. It was blurred out in a shadow. Yeah, and they did show up. Burn versus Chrome, but with Impact Drake and Burn's new Phoenix. I forgot his base called. Who you think would win it? Burn is strong as shit. Phoenix Rudder is very, very powerful, but Impact Drake, like Chrome, was number one. He's still at this stage. He's number two. He's considered the second strongest blader, I'd say, in my book. Like rank wise, the only one that's beat him is X. So he's number two. Burn is strong. He's very powerful. They're on the 70th floor at this stage. But I think Burn will lose to Chrome. That's for sure at this stage until he proves it. Let's see. We hope you get some new gloves, man. Those black ones are, let's see, are your old Beyblade gloves? Nah, they're not. Like, this has been a year. These are just the gloves for this year. I've had these gloves for literally only this year. Every year I switch them. 2017, I had yellow ones. 2018, I had red. 2019, I had purple. 2020, I had green. 2020 was so wild I had to get two pairs of green gloves because the first ones ripped so bad in the front that I couldn't handle them anymore. You know, they were that torn. So I had to get two pairs. with that. But green. 2021 was blue. 2022 was orange. 2023 was pink. This year's being black, and then next year's. So yeah, it might be brown. I see a pattern with this. I won't say it, but that's a color I haven't done. But who knows? I see a pattern with this. You might gotta keep you on your toes. Gotta keep you on your toes. Might be orange, but I don't think it'll be orange. Don't think that's gonna be the case for next year in 2025. Who knows? Gonna have to wait and see what color it is. Let's see. It won't be orange. I did orange in 2022. Let's see. Ice Stadium battles. Yep, you already know. Making X Ice Stadium using the Hasbro Bucket Stadium. You're jumping into my mind. Like, I thought about it, but I'm like, I don't know if the rails will work too well with it. I'm gonna figure something out. I'm gonna figure something out with it. Don't worry, I got you guys. I'm gonna figure something out with it. It's an interesting case because like Beyblade X, but yeah, I'll figure something out with it. I think I can dilly dally something. Yeah, I think I'll be able to figure something out with it. I don't know if it'll be like fully crazy functioning, but I'm a I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. Um, let's see, Bellio Killer a 680 speed. Oh, you thinking about like a remake for Dynamite Bellio? Maybe in Arc 3 of Beyblade X or another season is when I hope we see some Burst references. That would be awesome too. I love Burst so much. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. We'll see those references probably in like the third arc. Because like they did references to Plastic Gen in the first. Even still with this one, because there's still Silver Wolf. And Silver Wolf, they did do that reference with Woolboard. For sure. So it shows they're still doing like some Gen 1 references, but then putting in Gen 2 with Arc 2 makes sense. Like Aero Pegasus being the biggest one so far. And then they put in Gen 3 references with Arc 3. Do that going forward. That would be pretty dope. When did you first watch Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse? Is that the latest one? I think a year ago. Like the Frozen Lake battles with Beyblade. If you can find a Frozen Lake for me, I don't know, man. I gotta find. Let's see, the Frozen Lake battles are your most popular stadium battles. Yeah, but I don't do things just for the sake of trying to get popular. Like obviously it's natural. Hey, you want to battle or something to get really big, which I'm honored for that. But I don't look at it like just trying to have like a big battle. I see every single video as like planting a seed for a tree. Sometimes it might be like a blade of grass. Sometimes it doesn't grow or anything. It might be a little snub, and other times it might become like a legendary tree that makes its mark big time, like how that battle did. And I'm totally honored. But you know, I don't do it just for the views or anything. You could even like ask anybody like Harvard Run, who I've done uh like podcasts with or such, where I'm literally like, don't focus on the numbers, just do something because you enjoy it. That's my philosophy with it. It's like naturally things will come within. You just got to believe in yourself and believe, hey, this might become like a big video or something. You know, it's definitely possible. I see that with every single one. I just create it with the mentality of I'm doing what I enjoy doing, and if I manage to like something amazing happens to where it does, it's awesome because it's my dream doing this full time for you guys. You know, literally, truth be told, I switched jobs in real life. I have a much lax schedule. I'm not working nearly as much, but I also have bills to pay and things to do. So that's why I crank so hard with what I do out here because you guys literally help me out with stuff for sure. That's truth be told. Um, it makes more time to where I can do my art. It makes more time to where I can spend time with my love and also the dogs and the cats and make sure everything's good and such with my home and focusing on that and time to really balance things and be able to film for you guys and stuff that much more. But with that, you know, I'm still an adult, gotta pay bills and everything, this economy, keeping up with releases, making sure bills are paid and everything, getting ahead with stuff. So you know what I mean? So all support is much appreciated. Um and it's like I do what I love, and naturally it's like my dream to do this full time one day. To where like, because you already know if I was able to, there would be so much more editing and everything with this. Like I have the time to actually sit and like do slow mos of videos and stuff that much more. I do so with of course the shorts, but being able to do it slow mo like with videos, more editing and such with things, which I do and found that balance with how I do it. But you know what I mean? It's still like I do a lot, like a lot. Being one person putting out content for you guys and also working and making art and just balancing life, you know. But yeah. Let's see. Not maybe not orange gold because like you said you did it in 2022. I would think brown, silver, even gold would be cool. Some good guesses. Some good guesses. I love Burn as a character. He's super funny sometimes. He is. I like the balance they have with him for sure. Bakugan Gen 3 versus Beyblade Burst. I don't know if I'd spin any of the Like, I don't want to damage any of the Bakugan because it wouldn't really damage them, but I don't know. It's like maybe I could do a crossover Beyblades versus Bakugan type thing, but I still feel like the Bays would obviously win big time. But for shits and giggles, maybe I could. We'll see in time. Maybe I might bring myself up to have the courage to do it. But yeah, I just don't want to damage any of the Bakugan. I feel terrible. Like if I launch Basin and then the Bakugan getting like broken or something because of it, I'd be like. But yeah. If you guys got any last questions, feel free to ask. I'll end this off in an hour and a half. But yeah, a lot of big time life stuff incoming, and it's already that thing you guys know. If you want to support in any way, shape, or form, I literally got like links to how you can support directly, or there's also merch on here. I do plan on adding designs to the merch store. Just instead of the price, because some of them are like way up there. But yeah, some being right, those are the ones I mainly post. But like adding some more designs to that. If you guys want to become a member, feel free to join and become a member. You'll have exclusive stickers next to your name whenever you're on my channel. It also helps support the channel big time. I'm gonna have like it will make it where I can have like exclusive community posts. I'll have like some exclusive like exclusive polls. You'll have access to videos. So as soon as I sit and say I'm making a crap ton of videos in one setting, which I usually do, I give access to all of them if you're a member. Like every single one. It could be like, oh, hey, you made like 45 videos and they're going out for the better part of the next week. You'll have access to all of them. You'll get the jump being able to go and watch all of them early access. And I think like the fee that I give for it, not like a crazy amount or anything, but I think that's worth it because how hard I freaking crank with all the videos and stuff. I put out an insane amount of content. Nobody else has 5 digits and videos, and there's like 11K on here at least. I don't even know how many exactly there are, but we're on the road to 12K videos. It's insane. But yeah, we need an update to your Beyblade collection video. I don't know if I will for Metal Fight. Because, yeah, I don't think there's anything to prove with, honestly, the Metal Fight collection. I showed all of that off. But for Burst, you're right. I'll do that after. It's going to be like how, this is why it's a big time setup with the skits. I didn't show off my Metal Fight Beyblade collection until the Metal Fight Beyblade skits were done. Because then the story was told. No stone unturned or anything. That's when you saw that. I know people are probably curious about my Burst collection. After the Burst skits, I promise you, when the Burst skits are done, I'll show out the Burst collection. It'll be the same thing for Beyblade X. I'll show out the Beyblade X collection. Till then, you'll have to just be curious about it. But I think the Metal Fight one speaks for itself. So, and like I said, that whole collection, if it goes to the right homes or such, possibly be willing to part with them, because I've always thought I'd possibly be willing to part with them after the story's told, where like every character in my skits in the actual show and everything has gotten their roses, which Metal Fight is at that point. except for the very last battles that I have to do. Burst, I still got a bunch of story to tell. Beyblade X, same thing. You already know. But yeah. And do I plan on doing Bakugan skits one day? Possibly. Possibly. Because having the history of Bakugan and everything, I'd love to sit there and do Bakugan skits, especially Gen 2 with like the cards and everything. Or even if I don't use the cards and it's just cores or something with it. You know. Yeah. Let's see here. Joining the live stream once again. I don't chat as often, but it was great chatting with you again, Kimbo. Much love from Louisiana. Valto always says, hey, by the way, yo, even though you're watching from Louisiana, I'm honored, man. Like, thank you so much. Like, it's insane. Like, just processing people even in other like countries, in other states or such, watch my content. I'm like, bruh, you guys are the goats. People are referring to me as a freaking legend. Want to join the membership so bad, but just gotta have the money. I appreciate it, man. Like I said, it's not anything that's you have to. It helps support the channel and stuff big time. If anybody ever wants to and donates the funds, just know it helps support the channel and such. Even when people do super chats or anything and things like this, or like super thanks, there's an option for that too. It's not something you have to do. It just goes and helps support the channel. You know what I mean? And every bit helps. And you guys are just the absolute goats for even tuning in and watching the content and even sitting, listening to my ass talk and react for an hour and a half to the show and caring about my thoughts that much. You guys are amazing. And I really appreciate the love and support, man. But yeah, peace out, my guy. Have a great night. Yo, Keeman, thanks so much for coming by. I appreciate it so much, dude. One thing I'm starting to do too, as you guys have probably been able to tell, Community Spotlight, they started that thing where it shows like people who have commented or interacted the most with each week. I'm gonna start putting that out each week, which I started to do so. But in the community tab, giving shout outs to those that do that, because you guys deserve your roses for sure. Like freaking Kimbo311, Tino, a bunch of people, like a lot of you guys, Hunter, you guys show up and comment and stuff on the regular, and I notice it, I see it. That's why each comment I try to like the heart it when I see it, so you know, like it means a lot. And sometimes you guys, like your comments, I kid you not, you guys, you make me laugh or you make me tear up big time with the support you show me. And that's why I pin a comment. It's so hard to do so because it's like there could be so many amazing comments, and then it's like, okay, like somebody's getting pinned. I gotta. But yeah, you guys are the goats, and thanks so much for all the love and the support. But anyways, with that, I'm gonna end this off. I'm gonna get into doing a bit of filming, getting some things ready. And yeah, so stay tuned for burst battles. Stay tuned for a few Beyblade X survival battles, but some burst BU plus battles. My own custom series BU plus. Time to show off the results of this series big time. But anyways, guys, that's gonna do it. I hope y'all enjoyed. If you did, be sure to slice that like button down below. Let me know how I did. If you're new to my channel, definitely be sure to subscribe for some epic content because I upload daily. And if you haven't already, be sure to ring that bell by my channel name to be notified whenever I upload a video. This week, Thanksgiving week, there will be uploads. They'll probably slow down a bit, but you know, you'll still be seeing uploads. Until next time, it's your boy Kimbo signing off. See you guys later. Thanks so much for watching. Till then, stay awesome. And cool. Shoot. Let it rip. I'm up out of here.